Third time's the charm for Fantastic Four, or is it? We break it down in our review of the Fantastic Four First Steps. Let's talk about a rating. What is your one-line takeaway from this movie?
Makes me excited for this phase of Marvel. And for the first time in my life, I am slightly more excited for DC.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Nate?
Marvel's kind of trying to do self-contained movies again, and I find that fun. Marvel did the Fantastic Four justice finally.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes.
I will agree with that.
Nate was thinking so long, and he's like kind of mouthing it as he's thinking, and I thought he was about to drop a haiku.
575, baby. Mine is it left me wanting more, but not necessarily in a good way.
If I have one criticism for this, I'm like, you didn't actually have to cut as much as you did.
Nope.
Like, it felt like they cut a lot out of this movie.
Only one battle.
Yep.
Yeah.
In the movie.
It is shocking, but like that part I can say I kind of enjoy in that there was a different cool action scene.
True.
And it was like something that's unique to the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm down for that. I think I heard something that like they were really worried about making this movie like too long because that's like, I feel like these these companies like take a lesson and just like, well, this is the rule now. And people were saying that the movies were getting too long, so they're like, fine, 90 minutes, that's all you get. It was 1 hour 55, and I feel like the order was under 2 hours. And Superman was 2 hours and 10 minutes, and I could have used another 15 minutes of Fantastic Four.
Would you recommend this movie to someone who doesn't like superhero movies? Like, they're kind of burnt out on superhero movies. Do you think they'd like this movie?
It doesn't follow the normal superhero movie formula, right? And I think that's why people got superhero burnout. They were coming out too much, and they were all really formulaic. This and Superman, both, you're going to hear tons of comparisons between the two this episode, I'm sure. They both freshened it up, and they also both, right, we're skipping the origin, right?
Yes.
You know who the Fantastic Four is, and if you don't, we're going to work in this little montage in about 2 minutes to explain the backstory, right? We don't need more origin movies, so I'm glad they hopped right in. So I would recommend this to anybody to give it a fair shot.
Because this, to me, is like more of a superhero movie for the same reasons I was saying than like just an action movie punch 'em up like a lot of the Marvel movies that get flack are. The ones that like changed it up and just went and showed us like cool different shit instead of just to punch 'em up. I would recommend this to someone who says they're tired of like the formula. If they just don't like superhero shit, then I would say no, like this is a very superhero-y movie, and they like lean into it. They're not afraid of it.
I think if I had to tell somebody who was like me, I was out on superhero movies for the most part. Like, I like Batman and I like Spider-Man. Superman got me back into it more than the Fantastic Four did. I think if I hadn't seen Superman, but I just saw Fantastic Four, I'd still be out on superhero movies. I think Superman got me like itching enough to be like, ooh, I like this stuff again.
Yeah, you're just curious again about the genre.
Yeah.
And to me, there's also promise with like where we are in the Marvel cycle, right?
True.
We're clearly setting up, as we proceed into the next phase. And the Fantastic Four are clearly going to be a big part of that.
What was your favorite thing that this movie nailed? What worked?
Retro, futuristic aesthetic. I think it worked out really well.
Sick.
It let them have a lot of fun with it. And again, I think kind of what Nate was saying, like it's very much a superhero movie. They leaned into it, and they're like, oh yeah, this one takes place in a universe with, they have futuristic high tech, but also everything's like, it's like I saw it compared to Jetsons a lot, right? Like it's high tech, but it also looks retro.
It's still the 60s.
Very cool aesthetic, and I think it fit really well.
Yeah, the world they built was awesome. It was cool to hang out in that world for the 2 hours.
They sent the Fantastic Four into space, which is all you need to do to like win over Fantastic Four fans. And the first space mission scene was, I mean, I think obviously the best part of the movie, and they definitely nailed it.
Yeah, that part was sick.
Like the escaping, I guess we're not doing spoilers, but like the second half of the space mission was great.
So cool. Yeah. Did you like Galactus as the big bad?
I think Galactus was really good. I think they did Galactus really well.
I think they did fine with Galactus. He felt massive. That was the whole point.
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually represented him well in the movies, which I feel like they've been trying to figure out with the Celestials. They've had Celestials in other movies, and they just like feel like they felt even more massive, like in the Eternals, if anyone can remember that. But also, you're like, what are you gonna do with this? Like an Eternal, a Celestial shows up at the end. It's not Galactus; it's a different one, and like is there, and he's bigger than the planet. He's just like head floating in space, and it's just like, what are like that's cool to see, but like, what are we gonna do with this?
I think
It was cool.
What didn't work? I have some nitpicky things I'll get into with visuals, VFX, and editing, but I thought that the false ending was frustrating.
I wasn't a fan of. So they come back from the space mission, and they have a PR nightmare. And I think the Reed Richards, the smartest man in the world, shouldn't have made such an obvious blunder of telling the truth so blatantly like he did.
Yeah.
It served zero purpose, and it just and then so one, he made that blunder. Two, I don't like the response to his blunder. Right? They're just they had the same thing in Superman. Boom! Everybody all of a sudden hates the
turn. Yeah,
and I almost feel like it's more justified in this.
Yeah,
because
the stakes.
If you put yourself in the footsteps of the common person in this movie, then it's like, oh yeah, why don't you do this?
But I don't know. In the world, are superheroes kind of like spiders? Like they're cool until they get in your way, and then you're like, "Fuck this thing! I never want to see this again." You know what I mean? Like a spider in your room can be cool because it's eating all the bugs and like all the other stuff, but then as soon as it crawls on your arm, you're like, "Nope, you're getting the fuck out of here. We're done." Like, isn't that kind of what?
I don't think that's a accurate comparison because
I don't think that's how the public would react. I mean, there's some people who would turn on a dime, but like I don't think most people would who actually are like getting their lives saved all the time.
But the people who would march on the streets and talk about it a lot.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about in like Superman. What was weird is that like the video comes out and like 5 minutes later, not like a minute later in real time, there's an angry mob surrounding him and throwing shit at him.
Pelting him with food.
Yeah.
Even in our world, that wouldn't. Even in our like people would be like, "What's going on?" Like, give him a chance to say something.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the reason it stands out for me is because other than that, Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards, I think he nailed the fact that he is a genius without shoving it down your throat. I think they did a great job of portraying that without being heavy-handed about it.
And he also
that's why that stuck out to me so bad is because I'm like, he wouldn't say that.
He also like wears the crown of being the smartest person very well. Like it feels heavy when he is that. Which is what Reed Richards is from the 4 comics I read.
Yeah, because either everything's going great and it's the status quo, or if anything's not, he blames himself hard.
Because he should have figured it out, is his whole point, which is true. I mean, that's what we're saying right now.
I'm biased against the Mole Man actor.
Whoa!
What? How dare you?
We've mentioned that before.
The greatest actor of our generation, Paul Walter Hauser.
Nope.
Wow.
I'm
annoyed that I have to be like closer to Ben than Jake, but
it's because the first thing I saw him in was Cobra Kai, and I could not stand his character. Every time I see him, I'm like, oh, it's that Cobra Kai guy.
I was wishing for a little bit more of the Thing in this movie.
Did you want more?
Like the Thing and Johnny didn't have a ton to do.
Did you want more the Thing or more Ben
Grimm? I really love
Grimm?
Johnny's subplot.
Both.
Do you mean as him being a person, or just like just not the Thing, but like the guy showing?
Well, yeah. So in the comics I'm reading, it's from the 80s. It's one of the more popular runs. I can't remember who wrote it, but he's struggling with the idea of being the Thing and being a person, and like the person that he's in love with, he doesn't know if she loves the Thing or she loves Ben. So I was wondering if that's what you meant. Like you want more the Thing doing clobbering, or you want more like Ben Grimm grappling with being the Thing, or like
more of the whole package, more of Ben Grimm being Ben Grimm. I like the scenes that he had where, he's just being a guy, like the standard. And I heard it argued that that maybe the reason they didn't do in this movie is because he's the best defined already. Like everyone kind of knows who the Thing is, and they were trying to introduce the rest of the characters more
Sure.
and reestablish them. Like I heard someone say basically the Thing like is the only thing that they really nailed in the Fox Fantastic Four. Like they got him really right.
How about the central story and the theme of this movie? Did you like the moral conflict that they presented and the way that they presented it? Or do you feel like it was bleh?
We already complained about like Reed giving away but like I think the central conflict itself is great.
Yeah.
Like it's a great way to give them an actual conflict that's not a, punch him up or how do we beat him. There was a solution presented, but it was an unthinkable solution, and they actually had to grapple with that.
And they grappled with it for a long time, which I like too. It wasn't like 2 days later Galactus showed up. It was like months went by, and they had to like figure out how this is gonna work.
Yeah, I think it was cool that they actually like had some realistic time frames. Like another just little pro to this movie is like it's not all happening in a day. They were like, oh shit, we got a problem. Like let's solve it, and we see this happen.
Yeah,
it was cool.
It was made very clear to them. Yeah, we can't just go up to this guy and jump him 4-on-1. Like they had that first space mission, and then it was clear after that. Okay, we need to come up with a different solution. So I like that part of it, right? It wasn't just how do we beat this guy. It was, like literally how do we beat him in the sense that we can't even come close to actually taking him down in a fight. So it needs to be a different kind of solution.
Mm-hmm. For story, there were 3 writers. Jeff Kaplan. This is their first big, I would say, title. There was also Eric Pearson, who also wrote Thunderbolts, Transformers 1, Black Widow, Godzilla vs. Kong, Thor Ragnarok, Agent Carter. A lot of Marvel stuff. Very Marvel-centric. And Josh Friedman, who wrote the story for Avatar: The Way of Water, Terminator Dark Fate, wrote Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. This movie, he's the creator of The Foundation. He's writing Avatar 4. Actors, heavy cast, big cast. Pedro Pascal plays Reed Richards. Vanessa Kirby, Sue Storm. Ebon Moss-Bachrach, Ben Grimm. Joseph Quinn, Johnny Storm. Ralph Ineson is Galactus. You'll recognize his face if you look him up. Julia Garner plays Silver Surfer. And Paul Walter Hauser, previously mentioned, is Mole Man. Natasha Lyonne plays somebody in this. It's star-studded. Do you feel that everyone was properly given screen time, or do you think that?
I'm with Nate on that. I think all the Fantastic Four absolutely nailed it. Mm-hmm. I think everyone was a great fit for their role. I was finding myself wanting more of the Thing and Johnny Storm. Whether it, I'm not, I could use more action, sure, but also just more, just off-screen time.
Yeah.
We had like a little bit of, watching the Thing, as he goes through his old neighborhood. It kind of seemed like maybe there was going to be a romance thing, but that just sort of
really
didn't pan out.
It felt like that actually was a thing and got cut or something.
Yeah, it's weird because it's like they cut the end, but then they left the build up to it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it just felt weird. It felt really cut off. And B, they brought in Natasha Lyonne to be this love interest, and she had nothing to do.
Yeah,
which just feels like this was a bigger part of the movie at some point.
Yeah, I agree.
Which, yeah, like would have been interesting to see. I don't know why they did that.
I think everyone was good. I wanted more Johnny Storm because I really like Joseph Quinn as an actor. He's really good.
Yeah.
Visual.
I think they at least like gave him a arc.
Yes,
though. That's the thing. Like that's what I felt was missing for like like Ben grew a beard. That's his plot in this movie, basically.
Yeah, in the comics,
people pointed out, they showed him being a good pilot, which was cool.
Yes.
They've never shown that aspect of the character before. But yeah, like Johnny got an arc. Like he felt like he was being ignored by and overlooked by Reed, and he got to show that he's smart and contributed and helped protect his nephew. Like
It was like
I thought it was a good arc.
the ultimate little brother arc.
Obviously, Reed is the main character getting the main arc.
Yep.
And Sue.
Sue.
But like
Yeah.
I really thought Vanessa
It
Kirby
is-
crushed it too as Sue Storm. She was awesome.
It is easy to forget that they're all scientists.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Especially the way that they treat Johnny. He was very like, as soon as he starts talking, they were like, "Oh, not now. We're busy doing science." But it's like, no, the whole crew was scientists.
Yeah. But
It's
there's
frustrating being a genius when your brother-in-law is the genius.
the genius.
Yeah.
Like,
It'd be tough.
Yeah.
Visual effects and editing, I have a lot of problems with some of the CGI moments. They looked so fucking bad. And
What?
a lot of ADR
I'm
was
very
awful.
curious. I always have trouble noticing the ADR, so like I'm curious if you have any examples. But the CGI, usually I feel like I'm pretty sensitive to. And the only thing that I remember twice, The Thing looked bad.
Yes, that was it.
Like
Yep.
there was once where I was like, you are not there.
It was like it
another
was
time
a shot return shot.
Yeah.
And on the return shot, the background it looked like a blue screen. Like it was so obvious.
Yeah, it absolutely. It looked like worse than it looked like he was flat. Like yeah, it was terrible.
Hated it.
But that's the only. It was just two, and a lot of shots of The Thing looked good, but two of them I remember distinctly were very bad.
Yeah.
But that's all I can think of. Like I thought, like I said, I thought the space VFX were really good. I thought Galactus looked good.
I think The Thing, Reed Richards at times when he was getting stretched was weird. Like it didn't look. I know it's hard to like look like someone's being stretched, but it didn't look like. It looked very cartoony. And I thought that so the ADR was really took me out of it. It's like a whole different like sound system that they used. It felt like for some lines, it would be like this person talking, and then they cut, and then they come back, and it's like a whole different microphone being used, and it just like shattered my brain. It just brought me out of it so quick. And there was like only 3 or 4 of them, but they were spread out enough that it pulled me out of the movie. So
Multiple times.
Yeah, and like so spread out that it like just kind of sucked. That part did. So I think it felt rushed. And I know that like visual people get paid shit. Their hours are awful. Like it's not their fault that they're under this huge pressure. But I think that if movie producers are going to listen to like us be like, movies are too long, let's make it under 2 hours, then also take like an extra 2 months and make it fucking great instead of this. Like this was bad. There was really some bad moments.
Yeah.
If you look like you said something in the middle there, your audio didn't come through for me at least.
Yeah. My audio is being choppy on my end.
I'll just ADR.
I can't remember what exactly it was that I said then. But another part that stood out to me was the baby looked
Oh,
a little awkward at times too.
yes.
And to be fair, I think it's really hard to make a human that's full CGI, right? We're obviously going to catch that. You have a lot more grace with some sort of creature or, a special effect or something. We're going to be extremely, so I don't hold it against them. That, okay, they have to use a CGI baby, but it was a little odd sometimes,
I agree.
the thing opens up and there's like a CGI baby and you're like, oh yeah, that's right. It's CGI.
Well, I think I read somewhere that it was a real baby with a CGI face too sometimes, which is even stranger choice. Yeah.
That is, yeah.
Yeah.
This baby can't act for shit.
We don't want to make him cry. Music and sound, anything stand out? I thought the music in Superman stood out so much more. I couldn't tell you a song that was in this movie. And I listened to the soundtrack the other night when I was reading the comics, and it was like, okay, this is cool background noise. That's about it.
Yeah.
I don't know about any like songs, but the theme score, I've been going Fantastic Four like every day since I've seen that movie. It's been like 2 weeks.
Hell yeah.
That was fucking great. And like they kept getting it like more and more epic as the movie went on. I thought it was incredible.
Hell yeah. That's awesome.
Just that one sting of like the instrumental with like you can hear it even when they don't do the words in the instrumental for the Fantastic Four.
So Nate has a Fantastic Four stim in his fucking back pocket now anytime
Yes.
he needs it.
Yeah, absolutely. Like we're just around in the house and I'll be in different rooms and go, the Fantastic Four.
Bow, bow.
Yeah.
Is there one scene that you keep going back to in your head from this movie that you're like, damn, that movie, that was sick? I think it's the space scene. I think we talked about it a lot. That whole
Yeah,
sequence
the
was
space
I think
scene
I've
is
been
sick.
clear.
incredible.
Like
I also
Everything.
very frequently reflect on Ben cooking.
Mm.
that was fun.
I just love the characterization of this. Okay, yeah, they also just hang out and live together.
Yeah.
And so just him cooking with the robot.
That was cool. I liked the robot too. He was fun.
Yeah. You'd have to like not have a heart to like the robot, I think.
Yeah,
You're
true.
dead inside.
True.
Like yeah, so the space scene, like actually getting into it a little bit though, like, you know, I really loved the action scene of them escaping and showing just like everybody doing their thing. Like basically they're escaping and then you up the tension with Sue going into labor and like Ben is piloting the ship. They're all in like operation mode, like they're all trying to, operate different parts of the ship. Reed is problem solving while he's comforting Sue. um I think there's a point in there where like Johnny is like firing off against the Silver Surfer
Yeah.
when she like gets into the ship, and then Sue turning the ship invisible to like
Rope-a-dope.
trick the Silver Surfer is like so good.
Yeah.
Like everything about that scene. And then the black or neutron star, VFX.
That
We
was
forget
good.
like everyone like lost their minds in Interstellar when they like, which rightfully so, when they like developed the actual software to like do VFX for a black hole, and now we've just got like a realistic looking neutron star in our popcorn superhero movie.
Mhm.
It was so good.
Yeah, that was cool. I agree.
Yeah.
So what did you score it out of 10?
I don't remember what I scored Superman, but it would be half a point below that.
I think you did 8 to 9 for Superman.
I think I scored it an 8 or an 8.5. So I'm sitting at a 7.5 or an 8. I'd call this an 8, even if Superman was an 8.
It's fair. Nate?
Although
I think I'm on
with
the
time
same
right
page,
now, I
like-
put Superman at 8.5.
Yeah.
Like you guys we keep saying, or you guys keep saying like you have Superman above this, and I think we have different like levels. Like I think I liked Superman more overall, like from start to finish. And then there were some higher highs for me.
Mm.
Like, the standout scenes in Superman for me were like the Mr. Fantastic scene, or Mr. Terrific.
Mr. Terrific. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Terrific scene, a couple of the action scenes. Again, like I just enjoyed having a non-fight scene that was really cool.
Yeah.
Like the highs were higher for me in this movie,
Fair.
but
Yeah.
I do think I'd rather watch Superman again. And I think I gave Superman an 8, and I think I give this an 8. Like I'm excited.
I gave this a
Going
7.
forward.
I gave Superman an 8. Superman was my favorite movie of the year. And this is a 7. It's above Wicked, but below almost everything else I've seen this year. Not almost, no. Like, there's 3 movies ahead of it.
I need to watch some bad movies, Ben.
Yeah, for real.
But don't worry, I have. So where's your buy it scale? I would say go see it in theaters because it's fun, loud, big. It's worth it. Go see it in theaters.
Yeah, big action movie like this. You get the hype of seeing it in theaters. You see the post-credit scene.
Mm-hmm.
That's core part of the experience.
Big time.
Get your stupid Galactus popcorn bucket. That's stupid.
Gigantic.
I actually saw it and I was like mad. I was like, that's really dumb. I heard it was like $40 too. I didn't even see that, but
Worth it.
it's ridiculous. Madman.
That's a review
Yeah,
of
go see it in theaters. I do think don't know when I'll see this movie again.
Yeah.
But probably before probably I'll want to see it again before the next Fantastic Four comes out. So
Mm,
or before Doomsday, whatever.
mm, mm. That was our review of Fantastic Four, The First Steps. If you like this, check out our episode on Superman, the other big comic book movie of the summer. Like, subscribe, and tell us in the comments below, what would you give up to save Earth?